Hey guys, okay, so today I've got my last foundation that I had from that giant Ulta order and the Yes Style order and the Revolution Beauty order. This is the last one. So you guys put in the comments anything that you're interested in, that you've been thinking of recently or that's come out recently that you want me to take a look at, and I'll obviously have some stuff of my own that I've been thinking about too. So all right, so this is the JCat Masterclass palette. Face FX color palette in the shade MCP 101 light medium, okay? And it is just a foundation slash concealer palette. It's got, and obviously I've swirled my finger in all of the shades. And these are the shades from top across to bottom across, okay? So this is your lightest shade. I mean, you could just go all the way down the shades, okay? Now, I personally think that maybe this one or this one would be good for my skin tone, but it's hard to tell because like all of these, like these look like they would match exactly, but my hand is darker than my neck and face. So it's gonna be a little bit of a like mix and match kind of a deal. This formula is a little bit stiff. So I don't know how great it's gonna be for application. So I'm gonna try, I was gonna say I'm gonna try all the shades, but there would be no point. I thought maybe we could do some like contour, cream contour kind of stuff and you know, bronzing action, whatever, but I just think the shades are just not deep enough to pull that off. So I'm just gonna kind of mix some shades together and just see what kind of coverage we can get. I might use a couple shades for like a concealer, and then we'll just see. But if you can see, like the lightest one is really fair. So I honestly, as a first, before we even try it, my hopes are not very high for this product. So we'll just see what happens. And I think I'll go ahead and take just this e.l.f. small stipple brush just to pick up some of the product and then apply it on my skin. So of all the shades, this one probably is going to be the best, honestly, but I might take this one and kind of mix them together, and we'll just see how that works. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the second and the fifth shade. So this shade here and this one. I'll go ahead and take the lighter one first, and we'll just get some on the brush. And let's just see. Okay, so that shade does look decent, and it's applying the product. I was not expecting that because it feels pretty stiff inside the pan. So I feel like maybe I'm just gonna add a little bit of this one. It's just a touch darker. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and add this to this side. I think probably they are similar enough. Yeah, this is a little bit deeper, but I think this is a good. And then I'm gonna get a denser brush and just see if we can buff that out. This is a cream product, and it is behaving exactly like a cream. But I'm a little curious to find out if this might be like a cream to product sort of. Cream to product? Cream to powder sort of product. I was like thinking, I was like, what did I just say? How come I can't say cream to product? Anyway, that was pretty silly. Okay. And again, once I start touching my face anywhere around my sinuses, my nose will start to drip, so I apologize if you find that off-putting. Okay. So as a first impression, it is looking fine. I'm just gonna mix these two, the two shades that I've been working with, this one, and just finish evening out the skin. Honestly, like, I was not expecting much, but I feel like it's decent. But I do kind of feel like it's a good idea to kind of pick the product up with a brush that can pick the product up and then smooth it out with your brush afterwards. I don't know how well a sponge would work for a product like this. So if you're used to using sponges, I mean, it might work. I've got a sponge that is sort of a medium size and it probably would fit right in that pan. This is not dampened or anything, so I can't really use it today, but I've used sponges with cream products before, so I could be wrong. But okay, I'm gonna take, got a little bit of product on the back of that. I don't know how that happened, that was weird. Okay, so let's see. I am going to take this one, I think, and put that right in my eye area. I'm just gonna pick it up on my finger. That's darker than I was expecting. Oh yeah, that's a good shade for color correcting. Maybe a little too on the yellow side and maybe a little too dark. So I'm gonna try, one of these two and just see. It's interesting because how they look in the pan is a tad different than how they're actually coming off on the skin. They actually look darker in the pan, and you can see how that's a bit lighter. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and try this one right here. The kids are roaming around the house, so I apologize if you can hear them in the background. So again, as a first impression, this is seeming okay, better than I was expecting. And I guess what's nice about something like this type of a palette is if you have like a really hard time finding shades to match you, you can mix and match. You can mix a color that's, you know, exactly the shade that you need. And I think, honestly, is from my face to the mirror, it's looking decent. I feel like it's looking a little bit crusty right here, but again, I still have that dry patch of eczema, which is looking like it's going to be there forever, and I just have to accept it. Let's grab a mirror and we'll get it up close, and I will give you guys. It's got a little bit of a glowy finish. Oh, it actually looks really nice on my skin. Blurring my pores really well. Yeah, actually it looks really nice. It looks really nice, I'm surprised. Looks really nice. Okay, so I am surprised at how nice it looks. It looks very natural. It looks very natural. I was expecting a little bit cakey, crusty, and gross, but I'm getting natural, pretty coverage. Now, I don't think it's full coverage at all. It's very natural coverage. Across the board, natural. Not too high coverage, not crusty looking on my skin at least. It looks pretty decent. So I was not expecting that, and so I'm at a loss for words. So I think what we'll do is we'll just end the video there, and I will wear this for the rest of the day. Update my thoughts in the description below as a first impression. Looking good, I'm surprised. So this is, again, JCat Masterclass Fx color palette in the shade light medium. I don't think they had like a fair or a, you know, anything lighter than light. And honestly, with this first shade, I don't think you can get fairer than that. That is very white. But yeah, so second shade is a decent shade match for me, and this one was a bit dark. Well, I can't remember actually. Maybe it was this one, because honestly, in the pan, and then when you get it on your face, they look lighter in the pan than they look when you get them on your, no? Strike that, reverse it. They look darker in the pan than they look on your face. For example, this one, this shade right here, I was like, oh, that's gonna be my shade because it's, number one, it's the fairest, and number two, it just looked like my shade match. It's a little bit light, like when you get it right next to it, you're like, yeah, that might be a little too light, but it is in fact almost white. So it's much lighter than it looks, in my opinion, than it looks in the pan. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll update my thoughts in the description or in the comments, whichever I get to first. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding my bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.